هاي خلينا نفران مفيوت نمشي نكتب مع الكواب نوتي مين. Good to see you again, guys. If you remember, I was trying to remember what we did last week, and we did a lot of prepositions with a lot of focus on moving between what's it called? Preposition and noun and preposition and pronoun. So it's a good practice for prepositions, how they transform, and let's help each other out because sometimes it gets confusing and I forget some of them. And what happens? And actually pronouns, just to because all pronouns pretty much look very similar to some extent. Sorry, for the same person. All right, I think it is ready. Yeah, we're good to go, and let's go in alphabetical. But Ben had a request last week not to be the first one. So
Thank you.
nice. So let's start with David, and let's do how many do we have? 20, 15, 30. Let's do 5 at a time. So for the first question, for the first type, just convert from pronoun and word to pronoun and preposition and word to preposition and pronoun.
Are we doing like any translations into English or?
Sure. Yeah. Let's translate the full. Yes.
Mhm.
Do it twice. So translate first, then transform.
Okay. So, Ijen Pikahi, up to the earth or world. Yes. And then to the pronoun forward, Ijof. So, up to it would be the best translation in this context.
Let's see if this font is good. It's good enough. And let's change to, what do we do? Let's do this. All right. So you said up to the ground, and you transformed it to Ijof.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And for anyone listening and coming from a Greco-Bohairic, this is a good reason why it should be Ijof, not Egof, because it's the exact same letter, the Genja, but regardless of the vowel that comes after it, it would only make sense to have the same sound. You're just transforming the preposition, what's coming after. So it's either we say again and Egof or Ijen and Ijof. So knowing that it's Ijen, so Ijof is probably more right than Egof. That's it. Okay, go ahead.
Webe Puchois against their lord.
Against, and then their lord. Okay.
And then it would be Webeu. Should be
How do you spell it?
Omicron epsilon beta eta Omicron epsilon.
Like this? Sorry, what?
After the eta Omicron epsilon. So just like the beginning.
Oh, okay. I trust you that it's right. I honestly don't remember. I usually get confused between this one and Edbe, because one of them adds a T.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually get confused which one has a T. Probably Edbe would be Edbe, I think. Anyway, I'll trust you on this.
Mm-hmm. And I assume it with Beu would be something along of against them or against their.
Against the would be against them. Sorry. You're wrong. Sorry, you are wrong.
Yeah, it didn't seem correct to me.
Yes, this is the one that's giving us the hint.
Okay.
So it's against their lord. So it's against a lord.
Okay.
Regardless of whose lord is he. So what would it be?
Against it?
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be Webeth.
Yes, Ubef. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Good
All right. He pefchuloch on his bed.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be Hiot. Yeah, hiot. There's a tau between omega and phi. Hiot.
Yotf?
Yeah, that's what I saw earlier in the book.
All right, I'll
Most
just
of these I had to look up.
after you're done your 5, you can go ahead and double check if you want. I'll trust you on this, but I honestly don't remember many of them.
All right, hydren, pitapos, on the entrance of the tomb, or at the entrance of the tomb, and that would be hydrof.
Yes, this one I know. Is it an omega? No.
Yeah, it's an omega.
Okay, you're off. Okay, all right, one more.
All right, Menensa pefmu. I forget what Menensa is off the top of my head.
Menensa's after.
After his mu. Mu is off the top of my head.
It's death.
It's what?
Death.
Death?
Yes.
Interesting. I guess I got it confused with Mo'u.
Mo'u is water.
Yeah, I know Mo'u is water. It's just
so
this one I get tricky on.
Mu, we have Mo, and we actually have Mode. I think that's a spelling, or is there an Omicron? And this one is death or die. This one is death or die. This one is water, and this one is actually dead.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking of Moat.
Yes, Moat. When we say Christ is risen from the dead, this is the dead.
Okay. But the word mother is a little similar sounding, right? But it has an alpha, or
we also have Mao, which means mom. Right. The cells is dying. Okay, but yes, we do have Mao similar to Mu. But keep in mind, Mu is a single consonant, single vowel. Mao is 2 consonants with a vowel in between, so they're a little bit different. But Mo for water is very similar. I mean, it's better that's similar to water than that. Right.
And then that'd be Menso.
Yes.
Mensof.
Sorry. Yeah, cool. We have next Uzo. Do you want to do the next 5?
Sure. Not sure what's going on. Nahren Benuti.
Translate.
What's the first bit?
Nahren means before or in front of.
Okay, and then God is the next bit. So before God.
Yes. Before God, and then Nahren is the preposition and followed by the noun Fnuti. If I want to say before him, how do they say it?
Yotuf.
So we would basically get the same the root word, so be Nahr, and then the N is actually Nahren it's like before, N is like of, kind of. Well, it's like part of the preposition. So we cannot drop this part, and then we add a
the phi.
Yes, but most likely there's always a vowel in between.
Epsilon.
No, I think it's I don't remember if it will be an omega or an alpha.
Oh.
In the book, it's an omega.
Amazing, Naharof. Which makes sense because Hiran becomes Hirof, so Nahran becomes Nahrof. So that makes sense. So quickly recapping, if you have any preposition that ends with N, to convert a pronoun, so say you maintain the same preposition here, the root, and then you add r omega, and then you add the ending of the pronoun. If this is what we have. For some reason, I thought it's nahraf, but nahraf sounds about right. That's it. And then, yeah, so the suffix will change a little bit once you add a pronoun to it, but we'll try it together. And everyone, please come to the rescue when we're stuck. All right, next one.
Hiten nai ⲫⲛⲟⲧ
Mm-hmm.
through these.
Yes. Khisi is like labor or afflictions, or even tiredness. Like there's things that just like make you tired.
Okay.
Or labor, affliction, any of this. So let's say through these
labors.
Through these labors. I think it has a few more words, but they're all within the same meaning. Like if you're tired, you say tikhosi. That means I am tired, which is a different form of khisi. We'll get to it later. Okay, how would you convert through? Now, how would you convert the preposition?
Hito.
Close. So if I remember correctly, it's the hiten becomes heat. Oh, that's Sahidic. Hitot, and then you add the suffix, the pronoun. And what would the pronoun be? You actually said it. Yeah, it would be plural.
Oh.
Hitotu.
Hitotu. Oh, yeah. Hito.
Because nai khisi, nai is plural. All right, try the next one.
Any divot.
Mm-hmm.
Who, the fish, plural.
Yes. That's kind of weird, but yes. Okay, what would it be?
Ero.
Ero, yes. Yes, good job. Ero.
Kheni Yaro.
Mm-hmm.
In these.
Not these.
In the waters?
Yes. Not waters. Close. It's rivers.
Okay.
In the rivers. Yaro. The plural, the singular is Yaro. The rivers. All right. Convert. This one completely changes. Kind of.
Khotu?
No. I'll start with N. It will be N something. It will be. That's okay. It will be. Sorry. It will be N, and then Chi, and then you add the pronoun. So for Chen becomes in Chit. My Chai is terrible. Let me try to write it better. Oh, not even better, but whatever. In Chit 2, and then you add the 2 because the U because it's plural. All right, give me the last one.
It's the core. According to.
Not according. According would probably be kata. But close. A similar meaning.
Concerning.
Yes. Good job. Good work. So concerning or for. So basically, or like about. Okay. Concerning.
There.
Ko would be close to English. Start with an H in English. Be hunger.
Hunger.
It's also the root word for anything that means poor. I think the word is hikayat or hungry. could be hunger. So convert it. So the root would remain, and then we extend it.
ⲧⲧⲧ.
Yes, it bit. That's the root, and then you add the u. Anyone can fact check us, but I think it's close enough. For anyone who's interested in Sahidic, a lot of the things like ithbetu and to'tu would actually have a glottal stop. The Bohairic doesn't have it. So you would actually here have a double O, and here you would have a double eta, which would give you a glottal stop. But we don't have it here. All right, awesome. Good work. Ben, back to you. Well, starting with you.
Okay, great.
The next slide.
Sure. Epesran.
Mm-hmm.
So that's to her name.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Erol. I don't know. It's Erolf or Erolf.
Erof. Just a
Erolf.
simple. Yes.
Okay. Erolf.
And good work for saying Erof, not Eros, because the name is plural, is masculine, regardless whose name it is.
Right. Okay. Cool. Thanks. This one is next one is Shah. Ooh. No, it's words Shah Nef or Shah Nef Aviak or Shah Nef Aviak.
Mm-hmm.
So not under. It's to the. I had to look this word. The slaves, to his slaves.
To his slaves. Yes. Slaves or servants.
Is this Sahidic version of something else, or am I thinking of? Okay.
Yes, it will be Himhal.
Himhal. Okay.
Which literally means the Syrian boy.
Okay. So this Aviak is used in Bohairic and Himhal is used in Sahidic.
Yes. And the plural, the singular for it is Voki.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that one. I forgot the plural had these extra vowels in it. Cool. Okay. So then it's Shah. It's going with the plural. So but it's Sha'yun? No.
So Shah, but we actually, I think there will be an extra consonant. Similar to number 11.
Oh, Sharun?
So Sharo, and then Sharo.
Okay. Sharon.
Would it be Omicron or Omega?
I was thinking an Omega new, but I'm not sure. Sharon?
That's what I'm guessing.
Oh, Sharo'u. Oh, right. Okay. I was thinking we. That's why I said.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. No,
that's
not
wrong.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
because that's they.
So actually, if it was us, it would be simple. The same way you said Sharof, it would also be Sharon. So you would always have Omicron. The only reason I'm thinking it's an Omega because I know for Ero it becomes an Omega. So I'm assuming it could be her, but I could be completely off. So feel free to fact check it.
But this word has, we think, the short vowel unless it's plural, because the O is always, or the U is always a plural.
Yes, I know Ero is in fact this. I just remember because Casey mentioned it's like something unique to Bohairic compared to Sahidic. Sahidic would have Omicron everywhere, but Bohairic, and this one has Omega, so that's how I remember it.
So Sahidic would usually have a doubled Omicron or something.
Yes.
For this.
Yes.
Okay.
So I know Bohairic is different in this. That's why this is how I just happened to remember it. So I'm gonna guess Sharo is the thing, and I'm guessing if one calls us that we are wrong, that things are fine.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's the best way to learn is from mistakes. So.
Yeah, but feel free that when we're done, everyone's turn. Feel free to go check what we just did. And if you stay silent, we assume we're perfect.
That's a good idea. Do that.
At any point. But yeah,
by the way, chapter. Okay, sorry. Oh, chapter 8 goes on for forever. I was like wondering where the exercises were at the end, so I actually didn't really get to these. Just falling myself out there, but I was just like, wait, there's more. There's more. It keeps going. So
This book is just weird.
Yeah.
I'm following the same order and the same the way they're collected from Lemnitz, which is actually what he does here. He breaks his chapter 8 into multiple sections, which is matches Lemnitz section. So we're good when it comes.
I think
to
having it bilingual. This is an aside. Just having it bilingual with Arabic might add some extra pages or something. But the order, it makes sense. Similar. But okay. So
formatting is weird, but okay, it works.
yeah. Okay, it's fine. It's work, especially if you zoom in. So Hijen Pikahi. So that's I have trouble with this. It's
that's in the Lord's Prayer.
upon.
Yes.
That upon. Okay. Upon the Kahi. It's not darkness. That's do we have that above? Yeah, Kaki is darkness. Is this ground?
Yes, and it would look like actually Kaki will probably look like this with a K in the beginning. On the ground, and then convert it.
So okay. N becomes it's related to the face, the Joe, or no, the head.
Yes.
Head. Okay. So it's and it's one thing that's okay. So Hijof. Hijof.
Yes.
Hijof. The long omega. Okay.
Sounds good to me. Okay.
Cool. All right. Hijof, and then I'm just finding my place again.
14.
Oh, there we go. 14. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
It's similar to 5, so that's why I brought them next to each other.
Okay.
Actually, now you're cheating. Just do 14.
Okay. Ensa Pef Sheri or Shiri. So that's after or behind behind his children. No, his child or son.
Yes.
Okay. So that's Ensa, and it's masculine. And Soph?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is it with an omicron or an omega? I'm guessing it's a omega. But
I think it's an omega.
Okay.
Like Hijov, also omega doesn't change.
Okay.
That's my guess. Again.
Okay, I'll check after.
I think you can exercise once everyone finishes their 5. Maybe just go back quickly to the lesson and double check them, and this will be the best way for us to learn, because we're making a lot of assumptions that we don't want them to carry over with us.
Sounds good.
All right, last one, 15.
Oh, okay. Heaton P Echo. Heko. Heaton P Heko. So this is upon Heaton P Heko.
Yeah.
So upon the Heko, I didn't have time to look this up. Heko.
Similar to English
Hunger.
Yes.
Okay, that's an important word to know. So upon.
Oh, sorry. Hitan is not upon. My bad. Sometimes is on.
Oh, it's Hijen. Hijen is upon, right?
Yes.
Because Hitan is from he and tot, or dot.
Yes.
So it's with the hand. So, by or through.
Yes.
Hunger?
By. Actually, let's go with by. Yes.
Okay, because it's like in the hand of or on the hand of.
Yes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay. So by hunger.
Yes.
Or is this by my hunger? It's by hunger.
No, it's just by the hunger or through the hunger.
By the hunger. Okay, so there's no preposition in here. Okay, cool. Or sorry, not preposition. There's no pronoun built into P.
Yes.
Okay. Just second guessing myself, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. So it's he totef?
Yes. He totef.
Okay.
And Sahidi could be he totef. Because the word was tore for hand. So the R. Yeah, because remember it was tore for hand, and then this R became a glottal stop, so you end up with TOO because it's a glottal stop, and eventually becomes hitotef. And then remember that Bohairic doesn't have double vowels, so you just drop this and it becomes totf.
Okay. I remember Christian Casey was talking about how there's a hieroglyph that's a hand, that's a big hand like this, that's a D sound, and that becomes T in Coptic. And something about that becoming dot. And so the T almost has a kind of D sound, or that's the theory. Because D and T are kind of similar sounds. I don't know.
He's an Egyptologist. He would probably know best. But the only thing, the thing is, like, if I remember correctly, hieroglyphs sounds, the Egyptologist sound, come from pre-proper Coptic. So it kind of could have carried over the bad Coptic that existed and just like kept it. But I'm not sure. But
okay,
that's
no worries. I'm just using that to remember that a D and T is a hand. That T is a hand because D doesn't seem like it's super common.
Yes, yeah. Which is actually not the word. Actually, if you also want to know, the word that we use for hand now is ⲫⲟⲟⲧ, which this one is like a ⲫⲟ, kind of.
Oh,
this is the word for hand.
That's kind of like a D.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's ⲫⲟ. That's the word that you used now. Tore is no longer used.
Tore is just part of the prepositions now in Coptic.
Yes. Yeah. No longer all the gen, Tore, we'll take Irad. Actually, no, the legs, that kind of works. A lot of the words are no longer in use.
Okay, great. Sorry to get a sidetrack. Just wanted to bring that up.
All right, back to David. So before we go, Ben, if you want to quickly go over the 5 prepositions you just did and quickly verify them in the book.
Oh,
and then,
yeah. Do you want me to do that before we go on to the next person, or while the next person is working through it? What would be best for you guys?
Yes. Yeah. Like as the other people are working, just go through them, and if all is good.
Okay. You guys got it. Sure, I'll do that. Thank you.
Interrupt us if something is wrong.
Okay.
All right, David.
Patloch under my bed, so that changed into Helerov.
Yes.
Which means under it.
That'll be with an omega, right?
No, just Omicron.
Okay. Okay.
And then Menensa Pinpot, after our flight, is probably the best.
Yes.
And then that'd be Mensov, sorry.
Omega?
Yep, that should be an omega.
Awesome.
And then Pentef3 in his room. There we go.
Yourself.
And Chetz.
Yes.
There you go.
Chet what? Chet is like that's the root.
Did my S cut out? I said in Chetz.
Yes.
Okay. And then Hijen Pekjoy, which is on the head or on top of his ship.
Yes.
And that'd be Hijov.
Yes.
Okay. And then Neten Chisi. Under your guys's and then Chisi, that wasn't hunger, no, that was Heko's hunger.
Heko, yeah. Chisi would be, it's hard to say it. So it's like labor, affliction, tiredness.
Yeah, so that would change into under your labor. So that would change into Charo. Right? Yeah, Charo.
In case you're translating and you're like, what do you mean under your labor? Just remember that prepositions sometime when they're combined with verbs mean something different. So the word for phi means to bear or like to carry. And if you say ⲧⲟⲟⲧ, it actually means to bear or tolerate. So he can be like he's tolerating our afflictions, or he's taking upon his shoulder his our afflictions or your affliction. So just know for translation now, we're just going with the simple meaning. But once you see full sentences, it will make a lot more sense.
Mhm.
All right, back to you, Uzo. Do you want to do the next? Let's do the next 5.
Etveni Shai.
Mhm.
Concerning. What is Shai?
Shall be feast.
So concerning the feasts. That would
It also means the rising, like the rising of the sun, but eventually comes to mean feast. So how would you convert that?
Etvol or Etvol.
So I think the root is ve anyway. It remains it's ve, and then you add whatever you want. So it's ve, and then what would you add to it?
Ooh.
Yes, it's ve. Perfect. Yes. So the root doesn't change. Usually the pronouns change, except for ero. That's the only exception. All right. Next one.
Hirente Ecclesia.
Mhm.
At or before. No, at the church.
At the church. And then convert.
Hero test.
This one doesn't have a T, so it would just be heroes. Is it Omicron or Omega?
I don't know.
Probably. Can I get this? If it's similar to Eros. Actually, I think this is more like Hijov. I am gonna guess heroes, but if someone can double check, I'm gonna guess an Omega. I have a feeling it's Omega, but could be very wrong. All right, next one.
Shatichelo.
Mhm.
Near.
What's Shah?
I don't remember.
Shah is up to.
Up to.
Yes. Up to. And Tichelo.
The old woman.
Yes. Good job. The old woman. Mm-hmm.
I guess Sharos.
Yes. Good job. Yeah, because it's just feminine. So Shah Ros. All right. Next one.
Uve Nasachi.
Mm-hmm.
Except?
No. I actually don't know what accept means. I don't remember. But this is not accept.
Against.
Against. Yes.
My words.
Yes.
Like the Viking. I'm still remembering it being a ube. Viking.
Oh, yes. Ube. All right. How'd you convert it?
Uve tu or Uveu?
Yes, I think so. Yes, ubetu. If I remember correctly. Yes. This one should be easy. It should be very similar to 22 because they have the same ending. And like they're actually the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Nearby.
That would be half.
In front of or before.
Yes. So before. What's Defmau?
His mother.
His mom. Yes.
Sorry to
Convert?
interrupt you guys. I think I saw an error with the last one. It took a while to scroll. Ubetu. I think it's Ubiu.
Can you also check for us ⲧ? There's one of them has a T. Okay.
I'm looking at Ube.
So we know. So ube. Okay. So can you check ⲧ?
Or actually, maybe I'm looking at Ube, or with an eta iota. So maybe I'm second guessing. I'm skimming through all the charts and trying to find things that relate. Sorry.
Okay. We'll wait for you to confirm. All right. Uzo, do you wanna do last convert?
Nachros.
Yeah. Should be exactly like the one above. So if the one above is right, this one should be right. Nachros. Amazing. All right. Who's next? Back to you, Ben.
Okay, I guess I'll check that later. Sorry.
No worries.
It's a little hard to find the paradigms. I wonder if they're all at the end somewhere.
Yeah. So you should start taking notes. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And I started creating my own table, and I made my own index where I would find things.
Okay.
And yeah, especially for verbs. Once it gets to verbs, you need to write them down. I have a section where it's not just some of the verbs of the lessons. It's just verb forms. That's it. Because it just gets too many. There's intere, enta, ta.
Probably helps you remember them by writing them down, and you don't have to flip back and forth all the time, which is kind of driving me bonkers.
Yeah, I have a section just for verb endings, prefixes. So when I'm reading something, it's like, I don't know what nare means. I just go look it up quickly for narif. It's like, okay, that's not what it means. And also for prepositions. Yeah, I should highly recommend you make your own charts.
Okay.
For that repeat a lot, like this, and verbs. Verb prefixes becomes a pain until you get used to them. Okay.
Well, I'll check that. I guess the T, if it is there, it's part of that lost older preposition form. So
I know one of them has a T that I vaguely remember because it threw me off. But
yeah, I'll check after this. Okay. So Nagren F Mao. Oh, 2026. Sorry, you just did that. Hiten P Womi. Or P Woini. Thank you. Hiten P Woini. So, upon the not upon Hiten, right? Okay, Hiten.
There's an arm involved.
Two. Right. It's on and then toward the wine. No. Through the wine. Okay. Right, because it's he plus tot. Okay.
Yes.
Through the wine.
Through the what?
Right, oh no, wait. Woini is not wine.
Yeah.
It's heaven or sky.
That would be fe or pe.
Okay. Woini.
That would be light.
Light. Okay. Thank you.
And
through the light.
And Sahidik, he dropped the iota at the end.
Okay. Wine. Okay. So through the light. And so that's so be through it would be hitotef or hitof.
Yes, hitof.
Yes. Is it? Do you know if it's pronounced hitotef or hitot with the two consonants at the end?
Because we don't have any jinkims that come on it, so it'd be hitot, and also Coptic and also Bohairic doesn't use jinkim.
Okay.
So be hitot. In Sahidic, it does have a jinkim above the fey, but at least for Bohairic, I would think it should be hitot.
Hitot. Okay, cool. That's a sound that it seems like a combination that's not of the consonants is not really in English. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle of a word, but not at the end of a word. So that's fine. Okay, cool. So then next one is haten tiembro. So that's this is the one that's under
Near.
Under, near. Okay. So, because it's like under the hand of, meaning near, or like in one possession. He took.
I'm not sure. I think Lemon mentioned we actually don't know, or is it Nahran?
Okay.
Because of the ⲧⲟⲟ, the huri in the middle is a bit weird. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but I have a feeling it's not the 10 of he10. I think.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not sure, but I remember either this one or Nahran, it's like unknown.
Okay. Yeah, I see, because it's not ⲧ10, it's ⲧ10. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Well, that throws off my guess for what it's going to be after.
It still looks like 10 close enough that I would guess it's the same. That
Okay.
would be my guess.
Okay. So it's so it means near the bank or near the shore.
David, do you want to say something?
Go ahead. Feel free to help.
I was gonna clarify that
Yes.
it's definitely wibeu. There's no T in any of the pronominal forms of wibe.
Okay. How about Izve?
I actually think ethbe does have the T, so it'd be earlier. I can't for the one with the nishai. I think it probably is ethbe too.
Okay. So this is where we just had the mixed up. We use it anywhere else. It's be. So we said it's beo. Let's fix it here. And is that all? And then ibe ube. We said ubetif, right? Okay. So it's right
No.
here.
No, that's still wibe.
So there's no T.
Yeah,
Anywhere.
no T.
No T anywhere.
Not for the pronominal form of wibe.
Okay. So be doesn't have it, but ethbe does.
Yes, ethbe does have a T.
Sorry, did I mix them up again? Okay, so it's be, which makes sense. If you have the theta, you have the T. That will be a way for us to remember. So ube doesn't have it. Oh yeah, we actually mixed up what we had earlier on. So the first two are right, the last two are wrong. So we're good. So let's just write them here for us to remember. So ube doesn't have it. It's simple. This is a very simple word because it has an u. So the u comes as with no partner. But then once you have ethve, oh, the stylus is dying. Remember the theta is just a fancy T. So you actually bring it back with a T. Two. Or bef, and then bef. Okay, that makes sense. And we have it's there. It works out nicely to actually have a good way to memorize it. If you have the theta, you have the T. If you have the u, never mind. If you have the theta, you have the T.
It'd be a lot easier if it was bet. Then you could just say bet.
But
If there's a beta before all of the etbe, and if you use the theta as an aspirate, just be, bet. That'd be a lot easier to remember, but sadly it's not.
Cool. Amazing. Okay, thank you so much for double checking this. Because yeah, we actually got it twice right and then twice wrong. So that was funny.
Another thing I'm worried about double checking is the omega versus omicron, because those make a big difference. And I know the row, it's like a rof,
Yes.
that, or a rof, that has an omega, but there are other ones that I wonder. Sort of, for some, it depends on if it's the plural forms have an omega, but a lot of the singular forms, like there's ou for some of them, and then other ones there's like off with an omicron or os. So it seems to vary based on the preposition, like there are different forms for each. So
my guess is like we have sha and a, which used to be er. So you end up with like the er, you just add the kind of like it's very small, so you just add the off to it, so it becomes sharof. But then so we're talking singular, but then if you have a word like kren, it's a full form word. So and I think it will be rof Because remember, this word as is just means his mouth. Like it's a standalone word. And it does have an omega. So that would be my reasoning why it would be. Obviously, we double check. But I think if we see a ren, just make it an omega. And if you see an omicron, that would be my guess. But knowing that the omicron becomes an omega only when you elongate it to put an u at the end.
I see that. That makes sense. I think because the extra letter n is kind of like a nasalized thing. So sometimes I could see an n sound mushing into the vowel. Like in some languages, they have like I think of French. I don't know French, but I think of it as like a lot of nasalized sounds. Like there's an n that kind of gets mushed into the vowel. So maybe that consonant gets mushed in, and then that lengthens the vowel. I don't know linguistically if that's what's happening, but maybe that's a way to remember it. Or
You will see
en becomes o.
En
And
becomes o.
maybe you just have to memorize it. I don't know.
Yeah, I would just memorize it. If you have the full form, like the long form, then it's a long O. If you don't have even an O, then put a short O. It doesn't even exist.
Right.
Short one. If the full word exists, like the R exists, just make it long.
Right.
You might.
But for it's erof. Sorry, but it's erof for the singular for some of them. But then in the plural, the oo for the third plural, there's an oo added on the end. So then that middle vowel lengthens to.
Yeah. That's actually
Ero.
Remember, Sahidic doesn't have this P arrow.
Right. Well, that's what I mean, because the omicron is in erof where it's shorter, but then when you have a long vowel oo on the end, it becomes erof. So it's not written with an omicron and then an oo.
Because there's a lot of people with the plural, so they need a longer word.
Yeah. That's a good way to remember it. Sorry, I didn't mean to get sidetracked.
No, that's fine. That's how we're practicing.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, I can keep going when you guys are ready.
27.
27, thank you. Yeah, sure. I can try. So haten tiembro, and we just did that. So that's near. You wrote it near the bank, and it will be you said n is o, so hatof, and there's a t there. So
it'll be similar to this one.
Hatos.
Hatots.
Hatots. Okay.
That would be my best guess.
Okay. Right.
You can always check after.
Okay. Hatots.
Just because it looks less 10.
Great. Okay, so then Egen P Bema or Bema. Egen P Bema. See, not upon.
Close.
On to.
Yes, remember the A always means there's something going on to.
Right, it's like motion toward. So on to the stand or the platform.
Platform, yes.
So it'd have to be like onto it. So it would be or edjof.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's no T and there's an EN, so it turns into an omega.
I would just memorize hijov. The only thing I was mentioning is about when you have a row, like row. Why is it not doing anything? Sorry, status died. Wow, it completely died. Okay, the app is dying. Yeah, if you have for Egen, just know Egen is Ejov. The Omicron thing is only for actually it still works for the Genja, but not for the 10. The 10 is be totf. A lot of preposition, just memorize it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. All right, last two.
Okay, Pamol. It's in the water.
Not in.
Not in. Of the water.
Yes.
Okay. Right, because it'd be like Pamol if it was in.
It'd be
okay.
Bohairic.
Right, the Bohairic, right.
Yes.
So that's it's masculine, so it would have to be in it. So it would be Emolf
Emof, yes.
or
Good job.
Emolf. Moth
Yes.
with an omicron. Okay. Emolf.
Mhm.
And then Menensa P Shy et Mau.
Mhm.
And that's, and this is that new one. Without, no, that was Horus.
Yes, that's Horus. It's Greek.
Yeah.
Mensa
Um,
is after.
After, thank you. After Shy. After that,
That, good job.
Shy. And I'm forgetting the vocab there.
Shy is rising. Sorry, it's feast.
Feast. Okay, you mentioned that. Because it used to mean rising sun, now it means feast. Okay.
Yes. So
After
actually,
the feast, that feast.
yes. So actually, the word for east is manshai. So ma and shai. That's
Manshai.
of the rising. That would be the east.
Of the rising, describing the sun rising. Okay, that's cool. Ma'am Shai. Okay, so that'd be Menen Shof.
Menen sof.
Sof. Okay, Menen Sof.
Yes. Awesome.
Cool. Great,
All right.
thanks.
Next one should be very fast. Should be translations. So it should be very easy. I hope. Who's next? Ben, David, you want to do the next 5? Awesome.
I'm next. Quick question: is the word for west like the place of lowering or falling?
I don't remember. I'll have to check it. I
Okay.
remember this manshai because it's cool.
Mhm.
Uh,
All right, Evol Hyun. Out on. So I know I was off of us is probably how I try and translate it.
just keep it simple. Out on us.
Out on us. Okay.
Until we have a sentence, just keep it simple.
Okay. Nimai. With me.
Let's make this a speed exercise. Make it fast.
Okay.
Think fast.
Ibol and Tenu.
Mhm.
From you guys.
Yes.
Would Bay against me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we could have just scrolled down and actually checked the stuff.
Et betten
Against me.
I can't think of etba off the top of my head. I can't. Against
Yes. Sorry, not against. Ezbe is not Ube. It's not the Viking. Ezbe. Ezbe is
for
Yes.
for you
It's his
guys.
wife that he's fighting for, his wife Etba.
Yeah, here you go. No, so not that would be Teten. So
Yes.
et is the root.
So it would be for us.
Yes. So you can say Christ died, it's beten for us. All right, so this is actually correcting us. So we did it here wrong. We definitely did it wrong. Hahten, we can correct it. So Hahten tiembro would be Hahtes, assuming the book is right. Because you can see here. Nice, thank you, book. All right, next on the list is Uzo. So speedily and fastly do the next 5. Just translation.
Haften Neros.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Next one.
Actually, John. Full up to us.
Yes. So let's say onto us.
Onto us.
Mm-hmm. So up onto us. Okay.
Uve Tenu.
Mm-hmm.
Against. Where does 10 come from?
Tenu is just y'all. It's just the word for y'all.
Oh.
In Sahidic would be ube. Do we put ube? Teyuten. So Teyuten is in Copt in Bohairic is Thenu. Or Tenu. Just know it.
So just against y'all.
Yeah, there's a hymn called Ten. Thenu is rise, basically y'all. All right, next one.
Nemorten.
Mm-hmm.
With y'all.
Yes. So that's what an example of nemai would be nemai or neman, but with y'all it would be nemoten.
Nemorten.
So yeah, preposition, just memorize them. With y'all. All right.
Beset. Choy.
Mm-hmm.
Down
Aywa? Yes.
to me.
What's a joy? What's a gen?
Up to. Like, that onto.
Yes. So onto whom?
me.
Onto me.
Me.
Good job. Should have said onto nim. 'Cause nim means who. All right. Ben, take us to the finish line. Brief.
Okay.
Do it.
Nachrai. To me, let's see.
Something me.
Upon me.
No.
No.
Before.
Before me. Okay. Okay. Before me. Thank you. Activate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for you, masculine singular,
Or you. Good job.
and then nachra, before her.
No, there'll be
No,
nahres.
before you, feminine singular.
Yes. Remember the
Okay.
you feminine is always missing anything. When it doesn't make sense, it's a you feminine.
Okay, great.
And when it's super long, it's y'all.
Okay, great. So hyok,
Mm-hmm.
on you, masculine singular,
Yes.
and then neman, with us,
What's
or
hero?
neman, maybe
What
the
would be
accent.
hero?
Hirok, it's not on you.
So what's hyok?
Oh, hyok. Oh, I was translating hyok on you.
Yes. No, you're right. I'm asking you. I'm quizzing you because this threw me
Oh,
off.
you're quizzing me, hirok.
Yes. I also
be
quizzed
from
myself.
Hiran.
Yes. Good job. Yes. Took me a second. I was actually asking a question because I didn't know the answer, and then I'm like, yeah. That's where I always mess up. All right. You got it right. Amazing.
Cool.
Awesome. That was fast and nice. All right. Let's keep going. Full sentences, just translation, no conversion. And here, hopefully, prepositions will make more sense. And let's start with Ben. Sorry, we didn't reach Ben. Sorry, David. Those are the next five. First five.
Apamu, Moshi Chen, Picassos Hiten, and Nobi.
Shopi, not Moshi. Huge
Oh,
difference.
Shopi.
Yeah, the meaning is huge.
Death had, I can't remember what Shopi's off the top of my head. Death went into.
No. Shopi is come to be or become.
Oh.
Or happened. Can you also say happened? So if you remember from the liturgy, we say, may their holy blessings, Shopi Neman, may be with us, happen to us. So
Death became, would that be?
Shopi is Shopi. It doesn't have a single. It has multiple meanings in English, but think of it as something what did not exist and now exists. So death, you wouldn't say became. You would probably say happen. It's just something that did not exist before and now it exists. That's the meaning it entails, and then just use the English word that suits it best in the sentence. But you can say, if to say the word became flesh, you can say shopi. If you say God exists, you say fnuti shop. So God exists. So it's just something that was not there, now it's there. That's the meaning it means. That's the meaning it carries.
So I know this is Byler, so it's essentially, you could also probably do death came into.
Yeah, I would.
Death
Came has the word. The word come has the word e, so I would reserve it for come. But happen is is one of the valid synonyms of shopi.
Okay, so death happened in the world. Hiten. through our sins.
Yes.
All right. Menensa nai de afmu enje peudro etamau. Against this.
No, that would be ube. Menensa, third time. Menensa nai is an expression, if that helps in any way. So it's after this, so menensa nai is just menensa nai de. It's just an expression that means and then after this. It comes as narration. If you read the Gospels, you find menensa nai and menensa pai all the time. And after this, Christ
Okay.
so and so. So
And after this, he died. The king over there.
It's an idiom for something. It is over there, but you can also make it better in English.
It's a Mao.
That would be that king.
That king. Okay.
Right. Namely, that king. Okay, awesome. All right, next one.
Pishiri hi episet ijen pikahi.
Wait. That doesn't make sense. There's no verb.
Yeah. There's
let me get this quick. Oh, this is Shope. I did read that ch and shah are related somehow.
Yeah,
I don't want to tell us more until I find it.
There's an ancient Egyptian, older Egyptian pre-Coptic word "cheper" that's just the Egyptological pronunciation. It's like XPR or pepper, but they don't know the vowels, and so there's a similar verb in Coptic. Apparently, I heard somewhere else called that's like shopi, or somehow the ch becomes a sh, and the vowel is actually written in Coptic.
Yes. I did see.
Kind of neat. But it's in hieroglyphic, it's a scarab beetle that's used to write those three sounds. So it's kind of neat. There's the whole concept of things happening being the sun causing things to happen.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. That's more or less what I remember. Okay, let's get the font. So the word is he, not he. So be. That's pretty big. Big enough. Okay. Translate with he. Do you know what he means?
no, not off the top of my head.
He is fall.
Fall. Okay. Pishiri hi episeti ijen pikahi. The sun had fallen.
I wouldn't say sun. I would use a different meaning. It means sun, but I would use a different word.
The child?
Yes. So Sherry can mean son and also means child. So a random child in the street is also Sherry.
Would you not use aloof for a random child in the street, or
More like youth, like the 3 saintly youth. You would say Shomten Alu.
okay? The child had fallen down onto the earth.
Yes. Also ground. Skahi. It's a simple word for anything underneath. All right, next one.
Etbe wa nai hisi Shopi Emoy. Why had this work?
Not work.
Labor or affliction?
I'll go for affliction because you're complaining.
Why is this? Why had this
Not this.
affliction?
Not this. Not this.
Why that?
No, it's plural.
Why these afflictions?
Yes.
Why these afflictions happened to myself?
Happened to me.
Yeah. All right. Often quote Ijen P. Chloch after Rimi. He, in quotes, I want to say built, but
No, there'll be coat.
yeah, but it's not that. I don't know what in quote is.
A coat means sleep, lie down, or die.
Okay, he lied down up onto the bed. He had Rimi. I forget what Rimi is.
He wept.
He had lied down on the bed and wept.
Yes. It's such a sad sentence. So sad. All right. Amazing. Good work. Next is Uzo. Yeah, who's on the list? Give me the next 5.
Aniromi Khon Ekhun Etimi Etichen Etemau.
Sorry. Yeah, I was like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Ejen Pito Etemau. Okay. The men.
Mm-hmm.
What does horn mean?
Hone is approach or come near.
Approached up to.
Not up.
Towards.
That would be more like into.
Approached into.
Khun is into.
Okay. Approached into the town. Into
yes, the town. So Echun A, just Echun, so it's like it's inside, and then A is A, so it's like into. That's where it comes from. The town, okay. What's Fiat?
I don't know.
So so he approached into the town. Fiat to be that which, and then is implied because there's no is, and then he gen
on, upon,
and then you keep going.
The mountain.
The mountain, and then what's at the end?
Which is there, or that mountain.
Yes, so it'll be that mountain. Yes. So fiat is a good use to see how fiat is being used. So they went in the town, that which is upon. You can say the town etigen. I think I like this more. Fiatigen is good. All right. Next 7. That's very similar to what we did in number 2.
Menensos de Alhi.
No. Let me fix it.
Menensos de Alhi.
Sorry. I just realized something. He is Sahiduk. I wonder if it's he, and if it's correct in Bohairic. I did not pay attention because I'm like, you can't make a mistake twice. Let me double check. there's a chance that it's just he, which is in Bohairic is he, which is different than he, which is in Sahidic is also he. So let me check quick. It could be a verb that has the exact same meaning, just different. The Bohairic way is to make the A and E. He.
I think it's eta epsilon, or sorry, epsilon iota, the diphthong.
Epsilon iota.
Hori epsilon iota, right?
Huri epsilon. You can't have Huri epsilon. That would make it a Greek word. I mean, you can't have an epsilon not followed by a vowel.
Is this the one meaning to fall, or is
Yes.
it different? No,
Yeah.
it spells it as he, but it's written with it's like the
Where do you
epsilon
see
iota for. It's on page. It's under the vocab for chapter 8. One of them, page 243. It does look like a Greek word, except for the hori. So.
Oh, epsilon. Sorry, I was thinking of upsilon. Yes,
Oh
my
yeah,
bad.
no worries. No worries.
Yes. Hey, okay, this makes more sense. It actually makes a lot of sense because that makes a lot more sense. So
I
it's
mean,
not
it's spelled. Is it pronounced hey or he? Because it's
Okay,
spelled
hey.
like Greek.
Okay.
Okay, pronounced hey.
Bohairic doesn't have the Sahidic thing of E and then iota, the A iota.
Oh, okay.
It was an E. The same way Bohairic does. So
That's
that would
easier. That's closer to Greek then.
Yeah, so that would be
like-
we would add this here, and we would add this here. Actually, we don't add. We just remove. We add. Wait, it's loading. Okay, we're good. Yes. So be hey. It's hey, not here, right?
No, it's epsilon then iota. It's
Okay.
EI.
So we come here. Will be E I, and it'll be hey. That makes way more sense. Okay, nice. Thank you for
English,
checking
right?
with us.
No worries. Thank you.
Yeah. Apparently, he is also a verb that means crush in Bohairic, I think. Wait, it's either Bohairic or Fayyumic. Have a Fayyumic dictionary. It's Bohairic. It means crush, just so you know. All right. Uzo.
من الصوص de pay bucheri en tisina tisina go see
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be after she.
It would be like after this, but the this we're referring to is a feminine thing.
Okay. After this, they fell.
No, sorry. Oh, I misheard. So just so you know, hey. So hey, means found.
They found.
Think of it as stumbled onto something. So because it's like hey still means fall, and a is two, but together they mean find. So surprising it exists in Arabic. If you actually say you fall to something, actually means you find it. But also if you want to think about it in English, it's like when you stumble upon, not onto, upon something, kind of like you fall on something. It just means you find it.
Okay.
So hey means find.
So they found
Yes.
their son or their child
Yes.
in the synagogue or temple.
Yeah. Synagogue. Just synagogue. Synagogue. All right. Awesome. Next one.
Amu enche niromi in the police. ⲫ ⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟⲟ
تجرب أوكو.
They died.
Oh wow. Okay, good start. They died.
Namely,
Mm-hmm.
the men
Mm-hmm.
of this city
Mm-hmm.
by I don't remember what ⲧ is.
So here's where you can look at prepositions and just guess their meaning without even having to resort to a dictionary. So I would just think muha just means die of something. So if I want to say I died of, I don't know. I don't want to say things that I don't want to die from. Anyway, if you die from an accident, you would say I muha an accident. So this is how over time you just guess the preposition from just the meaning of the word of the sentence. So it's not really under hunger. You just know muha means die of
Die of hunger.
or from, like whichever. It just means something that kills you. Hunger. And remember, in Coptic, you always have to put something like "u," even to mean something like hunger in general. Okay, give me one more.
ⲫ shorty, ⲫ Ⲩ piaho, etamao.
Okay.
A labor.
No, that would be khisi. We're on 9.
I forgot what ⲫ is.
Shai is feast.
A feast.
So what?
A feast happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this place.
In this place, yeah. Good work. Mm-hmm.
On that day.
In that day. Yes, in English it would be that day. That day. Wrong question 10, 20. Nice. Hopefully 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes or 15 more minutes. I'm almost done. All right, give me the last one.
Anchisi, hiten tichbo, war and Dorton, and Shanan, Eketini.
Mm-hmm.
Our labors through the hunger.
Wait, our what?
Labors.
So khisi means basically things that make you tired, like afflictions, labors, problems. When it comes to the verb, it just means we are tiring. Like we got tired.
Okay.
Kind of.
We got tired through hunger, or want through hunger.
Yeah.
And
that's a very Bohairic thing. So tone is the verb that means rise.
And we rose.
Yes. And in Bohairic, the word for tone is what's called dative or reflexive. Basically, you add yourself to it after. So you say Antonten. If you want to say heroes, you say Aftontif. Sorry.
So like literally, they rose themselves. We rose ourselves.
Yes. Yes, but it just means we rose. The next verb is also very similar.
And Shenan,
She's go.
we went. Oh yeah, we went.
Yes, same idea. Anshenan
We
will be
went ourselves.
option off. Yes.
Yeah. To another town.
Perfect. Perfect transition. All right, awesome. David, do you want actually? I'll try some of them. Okay, let me see. Afsaji Liman Ethbeni Jom. Yeah, it's a typo. Etchen. So this one. Fix that. I just checked Lenten quickly. So Afsaji Liman, so he spoke with us about the books which are in the city. Okay. Did I miss one? Okay. All right, next one. Aishisi ayenkot aishlel ifnote ezben aisaji. So I labored. Say I labored. This one works. I labored. Stylus is dying. Ayenkot. So I slept. Or actually laid down because he didn't fall asleep yet. I laid down. Aishlel. I prayed to God about these words. Afhonechun in JP ho emshai. So it came near or approached, namely the day of the feast. Apichello muhiren piro entefri. Oh, the elder died. Oh, I forgot we still have the lesson for next week. At the door of his cell or room. Auhko. Wait. Oh, auhko. Oh, awi epahu epitimi. So they hungered and they came back to the town. All right. David, do you want the next 5? Take us to the finish line.
Menensos de tempolis he ibol hitot. Menensos, so that's Menensos de is after this. Would that be good?
Yeah, after this, yeah.
After this, our city, our city fell out of.
So he evol would be like perished.
Our city perished through it.
Through it, yeah, or through him, but depending, I don't know, through what, through hunger, or it could be like through a person.
Right.
So in Psalm 1, when we say the ways of the sinner is perished, we use Hayable through him. So Hayable, just know it's an idiom, just means fall out or is perished. All right.
Aftonf enje pesheri ibolhi pekahi afpot ha pefiot. He rose, namely the boy or son, out on or off the land. He fled under his father, or probably fled from his father.
Yeah, out to be out, on because he was on the floor. I would guess towards, because he fell and he wants to go towards. This is what I would consult the dictionary. Probably towards. Just my guess. Based on what I'm guessing the child would do when he falls.
Okay. He fled towards his father.
Let's keep it unknown.
Okay.
Father. And you can always consult the dictionary.
Oh, ha. I was thinking ha.
Oh.
Which was wrong, I think.
So this makes me think Antonten. Yeah, no, it would be Rose. Okay. All right.
Okay. Menensa Naisaji Ten Choice and Kot. After these words, our Lord had slept.
I would say because, like, yeah.
After these things, our Lord had slept.
Our Lord slept. Yes, perfect.
Okay. As Shopi de as he pinub ha pefchloj. So she.
No.
Wait.
Shopide is an idiom that means it happened that.
It happened that she fell to.
No. Fell to. So we mentioned that hey is an idiom that means.
Don't remember off the top of my head.
Found.
Found.
Or fell upon, so it'd be like found.
Okay. I thought it was that, but I thought it was a different preposition. She found the gold under her bed.
That's not her bed. Probably a typo, but that's not her bed.
Under the bed?
No. It's missing something. Who's always missing something? You, feminine.
Your bed. Okay.
So you're within feminine bed. All right, give me the very last one.
Ani ejeu hon echun e tiembro. The ships hon.
They come together. That means approach.
The ships approached to the bank.
Yes. Probably the harbor in this case.
Yeah.
All right, nice. Good work. We are done with the homework. Let's introduce the next chapter. It's actually a very full chapter. It has a lot of things going on. But it should be fine. Nothing is super hard, I hope. So we've done preposition, we've done sentences, we've done verbs. Now we need the direct object. Direct object in Coptic has, you can't just add it. It's not as simple. Well, kind of, it is simple. But it actually requires a preposition before it introduce a direct object. There's a main general one, which is N or M. So you would say, if I want to say he built a house, you'd say afkot N ua. That's how we introduce the direct object. If you want to say I ate chocolate, you say I warm N u chocolate. N is the same one as ente. It's good to remember. Just no N, because when it changes, it becomes an M. Also, N becomes an M. So if I want to say I built the house, I would say I caught M. But if I want to say I built it, I would say I've caught M of. Very, very common. If you remember from the hymn Tishori, it would be Asmisi M of Afsoti M1. It's a good sentence to remember. For example, Asmisi M1, she bore him. Afsoti M1, he saved us. And then you can actually expand this to be asmisi, m pensotir. Actually, let's not do m pensotir. N isus, and then you can say af soti. Let's say m p laos. So you can see the m and the n are interchangeable, and when you combine them, it becomes m1 and m of that we just learned. And then another one of the other common, but not as common, preposition that you can use before verbs is a. A means towards, and it usually comes with verbs of perception. And if it's too confusing, let me actually explain to you why this happened. This happened because I think, to my understanding, the concept of verbs did not exist in more ancient Egyptian. And what became a verb, and if you realize, we put the infinitive. So when we put the infinitive, you're actually using some kind of like the actual noun itself, because if you remember, every verb can become a noun. Think of it like the nouns did become verbs. But at the very beginning, it was a noun. So an example like afkot in u'ay, it just means did. Take my word for it. We'll actually cover it later. Comes from the verb ire. Ire means or do. So he did. So here we have did. Then the af means he. So he means he did. And then the kot is a noun. Think of it as a noun. So the building. So he did the building of a house. And then later you're gonna actually later we're gonna see he did house building. We're gonna see that later. But if you want to use the verb to do every single time, you will always come with a noun, and the noun will always come with a preposition after. Another example we saw here is ansotim. So we heard his voice. Could be like we heard to his voice, or we also see, like I saw to his face. Doesn't make sense. But if you think about it from where it comes from, it would be ansotim erof. We did the hearing to his voice. We did the looking to the tree. So that's why the perceptions have the idea of to, because you're actually doing it you did it towards something. So it will be an example here. So I did the sniffing to the flower. So you did this action to something. But if you don't say I did the building to the house. You said I did the building of the house. This is if you want to make sense of it in the very beginning, and if you want to contemplate more on it. But for all practical purposes, you just memorize it. Just like you remember, Coptic is gendered. You just some stuff take P or T. Some verbs take regularly. It becomes an N or an M, and then A. You kind of just know them. It has something has to do with like coming from you. So you see, you look, you understand, you bless. So it's usually something that you're doing it towards something else, and the other thing doesn't kind of change. So I understood the problem. You just understand. It's like you did it towards it. You can think about it too much to make it work for your head, like to make it work for you, but just memorize it or understand it. You kind of know it. Like it'll be like the perception and senses. It wouldn't come out of this. Usually something that literally just come out of your head. But if you build with your hand, you're not doing it towards something. You probably use an N. Other example is we can use other prepositions. So you need a preposition, but you can choose other prepositions. So you can say moshi and sa. So you can say follow or walk behind or walk after. Shini and sa. Sometimes actually it does change. So shini is was shini search? So shini and sa is looking for his wife. So you can use other prepositions, but the main idea is there's always a prepositions, and if you don't need a preposition, you would use. If I say I walk the road, you would say I moshi, or I walk the road would be I moshi en umoit or en empimoit. So you always need a preposition. For now, a preposition can always be simplified. So en moit to become emof, ensa become ensos. So your typical conversion happened just fine, which we just covered. That's it. Any question about this? Amazing. The next one is indirect object. Indirect object is, so I give Ben a cup. Ben is direct object, and then the cup is the indirect object. I give Ben a cup. No, Ben is the indirect object because I give it to him. So what I gave. So I'm actually giving a cup, and then what is it going? Going someone else. That would be the indirect object. It's not actually hard to understand what an indirect object is. Usually the second thing. So I give him the book. So you're doing something with the giving. That would be the book that you're doing the giving with. If you say I give him, it doesn't make sense. But if you say I give the book, it makes sense. So the kind of indirect object is actually not that. You can get away with it without it, and it would work. What makes it different is it takes a different preposition, which is na. So if I say I gave the book, actually let's just use the example here. So I give him the book. I give is easy, we know it. Him is the indirect object, and then the book is the direct object. You can see how they can change. So be it, MP jom, MP romi. The reason they look the same is na becomes an n when it's simplified and it's followed by a noun. So that's unfortunate. So we're fortunate when it becomes a pronoun, but we're unfortunate when it's still a noun. But you'll be fine. Just like English, say I give him the book. You know you're not giving that person to the book, you just know it. So IT impijom, and then if we simplify it further, IT, the impiromi becomes naf, so that's the na, and it has the same conjugation as nemaf, so nem, which everything becomes an except for noten. Remember we said nemoten. And then impijom, which we just did in the direct object, becomes emof. So IT emof. Naf. And it does have a word order. You cannot say IT naf emof. It's IT emof naf, but it's IT naf empijom, but it's IT empijom empiromi. Just read through it, and it should make some sense. With practice, it will come. And the examples are hopefully pretty clear. So that's it for indirect objects. Last major thing we have is the past negation. Remember, the past was I, ak, are, af, us, and then we have an, ateten, I hope I got this right, and then au. If you negate it, you just don't put an n. That's not how it works, unfortunately. We actually have a full new thing. It's emp. So it's emp something. So for I, it would be MP. So if I say I prayed, it would be I shlil. If I say I did not pray, I would say MP shlil, which is that's what you would tell yourself, and this is what you would tell your father of confession. So I did not pray. It follows the similar thing that we're used to. You did not pray, it would be empu shlil. You prayed, it would be au shlil. They're a very bit different. Some conjugation like this one does change what it would look like. Most verbs in Coptic do not. Not verbs, like tenses like this do change, but they're a minority. I would say less, like about 30%. So don't worry about it. It's not how Coptic will look like from now on. It's just in this one. But it's actually nice. You have the M, which looks like an N, so you kind of negate things with N, and then MP, MP shlil, MPEC shlil. You did not pray. Yeah, it kind of and then for a full sentence you say empe, so you say empe piromi shlil. So did not the man pray? So empe just means did not. Okay, the very last thing that is very minor is, remember we did all the tot, he tot, and tot. Tot in specifically has an interesting way that sometime if you want to say, like every other thing, you would say he ten pensotir, let's say, or he ten something. Inten is the only one that you actually would conjugate it with a pronoun, then put the word. So a good example, if you look, the Thanksgiving prayer is Marin Shepehmot. So we give thanks. In totf, so you have the totf, you think like, oh, let us thank him. But no, it's in totf, MP refer pesnanef. So through him, the doer of good things. And you just do not think of in totf as to him. You just think of it as like, oh, it's just the way you would say in 10, but it's more common to say in totf rather than in 10. And that works with he tot, it tot, in tot. So rather than saying he ten it's after a verb. So let's say I give you something. So let's say so I would say ti etot pa, I would say pashvir, like my friend. So you always conjugate it rather than using the 10. It's more common to see this. It's just weird, just how it is. So you say hitot empuro. So by him the king. Which literally just means by the king, but that's just how they say it. Itotu in nefsneo. Entots intefsimi. So I got it entots intefsimi, which means it means I got it from his wife, but literally it's like I got it from his wife. You just add it. Just a remark about the tot or 10. And that's it. That's all. Any questions?
Just wanted to ask something real quick about the empe versus the a that in the verbs. So the a is like the initial aleph. That's from a verb meaning he did.
Yes.
And the other one or just a verb meaning did, and the empe is from a verb meaning did not, or something that's negated.
Are you asking me or are you telling me? I hope you're not.
I'm asking you.
Oh,
if that's
no,
what you.
I actually asked on
different.
Discord. I asked on Discord, and
Yeah.
I think Aurelia and Mashia were mentioning it comes from something that means it did not happen.
Okay.
And the example I remember from Casey is you have I go, he went. Sorry, that's not the right one. Actually, I think that's relevant kind of. So you say I go, I went. They're actually different. Like go was a thing, but went come from a different verb, and go is like the verb to go, and verb to went actually comes from a different verb, and they eventually became parallel and work with each other.
I see. They eventually merged.
Yes, impe and a are the same. A means
Okay.
death. I'm going to learn that later, maybe the next lesson. And impe just coming from it did not happen to be. Ask on Discord, they will know more. There was a discussion about it.
Well, that's helpful. The follow-up question was that they're used in the same way. Like you can put a subject between them, and the grammar rules are the same.
Yes. It's think of them as if really they are the same. Like think of it like and but it just happened to be mp. Don't think about it too much.
Okay, I'll try not to. Thank you.
Yeah. No, sorry, but then I mean there's no distinction when you look at it.
Right. Yeah. Well, that helps. Thank you.
Then I have a quick question. Was it a pronoun subject marker first, or was it a word first, or was it both at the same time? So was it initially whatever the more ancient Egyptian for empef shleil, or was it initially always a word? So like pishiromi.
We can bring the question again on Discord. There was a discussion on it that I asked about it last week. We can bring it to live again, and then you can ask questions. I actually don't know. I asked and I was like, okay, sure, works for me.
Okay. I'm in a really late Egyptian class, and he would definitely know a lot more about this. So we could ask him.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right. Any more questions?
No.
Amazing. Great seeing you guys, and best of luck, and I'll see you next week.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.